What is up, G Crew? I'm Chris G, bringing you guys to another video. If you're wondering why I have a big smile on my face, it's because I did an oopsie. An oopsie. Who says oopsie? I already recorded this video, but I rewatched it and I was editing it, and I just realized that that monitor turned off like halfway through the video and I didn't catch it, so I'm gonna just re-record it again and see where it goes. But without further ado, guys, in this video we're going to be editing another photo. This photo was actually sent by Callista, so thank you, Callista, for sending it to me. Her and I just recently caught up, and she's also a photographer, so I'll probably link her Instagram down in the description below. But yeah, she just hit me up and was like, hey, try to edit this photo, let's see what you can do. So without further ado, guys, let's edit this photo. In this photo, Callista is on the edge of a cliff. She told me she was in Europe at this time, and yeah, so we're gonna get on with editing this photo. First thing I'm gonna do is actually crop those people out. So as you can see, there's people right here in the corner just chilling, minding their own business, while Callista's just trying to take a picture. So I'm gonna get them out, right? All I have to do is just literally crop it a bit and just make it look pretty nice. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that guy's toe. You won't even notice that it's a toe. The reason why I want it is so I can get as much of the image as possible. So I'm gonna extend it just a bit, and there we go. She's a little bit on the third, I guess, line of the grid. Whatever that means. I don't even know where I'm going with that, but I'm a photographer, so I know what I'm talking about, right? Another thing I'm going to do is actually flip-flop this picture horizontally. The reason why I want to do that is just because for me it just looks better when the beach is on the right and the line is on the left. Just a personal thing, no right or wrong way to edit a photo like that. So without further ado, guys, let's get on with the edit. So with the lighting, you don't really have to do much in this photo. This photo was actually taken pretty well, so it was very well exposed. All I'm going to do is just bring it up a tad bit. Raise the contrast a bit, lower the shadows, lower the blacks just a little bit, raise the whites, highlights. What happens when I mess with the highlights? Not much. I can see that there's haze in the very back where the ocean meets the sky, so that's okay. That adds depth to the photo, or depth to the image, whatever you want to say. So next thing we're gonna do is go to the temperature. So we're gonna make it a little bit warmer, and right now it looks pretty whack, right? But well, it looks whack to me. You might like it already, but it's not finished yet, so we'll see what we can do. My main goal though is to make the water blue, and I know exactly how I'm gonna do it. So in order to do that though, I want to do the opposite. So right now I'm going to make the temperature of the whole image warmer, and then I'm going to select the ocean and then make it cooler. So making it cooler is going to make it more blue. So I'm going to increase the tint as well on the purple side of it, and then the vibrance is going to come up. It can come up a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Saturation can come up as well. Just very little, not a lot. I usually don't like to put a lot of saturation into my photos, just because I feel like it's a little bit too, I don't know, juicy. It looks too it looks too weird. Anyway, we're gonna go to the yellow spectrum because that's the color of the rocks, and I want them to be more white, and it makes it look a lot more cleaner in the photo. So as you can tell, look at the rocks. I'm gonna put it back to where it was versus now. Makes the rocks look so white and clean. It looks like they were just never touched. It looked like God had just made the earth and the rocks were just untouched. But of course they're touched because they have holes in them and they're all broken and messed with, and the ocean just did brutal damage to them. Anyway, we're gonna mess with the jacket a little bit, make it a little bit more I guess sky blue, tealish. Let's see what this one does. Doesn't do too much. The green, I'm just going to desaturate the greens, wherever the green is. I don't like green. The orange, that's her skin, so I want her skin to pop out a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the luminance, and already it makes her hand pop out, her face shines a little bit better. And yeah, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the red spectrum. Lips are always going to be red, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to saturate the crap out of that red. Actually no, very little, very little, because I think that does enough. It does a good job saturating her lips there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the effects. There's a new effect called texture, and pretty much what that does is it looks like it's a sharpness effect like it is on Instagram, except you can go either or. With Instagram you can only increase it. The thing I like about Lightroom is you can decrease things as well. So with the texture, if I want to lower it and I want to lower the clarity, I think that makes it a little bit better of an image. It kind of clears up the noise in an image as well. There is a noise reduction, so I might use that later on at the end of the video, or at the end of the edit, so we'll see. But now that I've got that out of the way, I'm going to go to the selective tool, and I'm going to get my paintbrush. I'm going to paint the ocean. So I'm going to paint the ocean like so. Just going to do a quick rough draft over the ocean. It's not going to be too crazy. All I'm going to do is just that, and then I'm going to get my eraser tool actually and erase where I just painted. So I painted all over her. I don't want her to be too saturated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all this red. So the red is pretty much just showing me, hey, you painted in this area, so I don't know if you actually want it there. So I'm glad that it shows me where I paint, because sometimes there's spots where I'm just like, did I paint there? And so I can see if it's red or not, and that helps out big time. So just painting all this off of her. I do want to get inside right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this very tiny and just come inside right there. There we go. Perfect. I'm getting the edges, just very slight. I'm going to paint a little bit of where it meets the jacket, just because I noticed whenever I mess with the temperature drastically, it makes the subject pop out tremendously, and I don't really like the fact that it pops out a lot. I can get over the hair as well, because all I'm going to do is saturate it, so when you saturate black it doesn't really do much. I'm going to grab the eraser tool, make this bigger, and erase where I painted on the sky. So I'm going to erase all that. Come back and repaint some of the water. So I'm just going to paint there. There we go, looking clean. Oh, the rocks need to be a little bit more clean. There we go. Gonna make this smaller. And there we go. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Oh, the rocks on the right side aren't very good, so we're gonna erase all that. Erase all that jazz. We don't need all that. Alright, some on our skin. I noticed in this little corner area we can paint that. There we go. So now this is where the magic happens, guys. All you have to do is go to the color tool, go to the temperature, and just lower it like that, and it brings up all of the blue. So I think that looks amazing already. I actually painted very well, surprisingly, over the ocean without getting it on or over some of her. You can notice right here though, in the jacket, it's a little bit more saturated, so what I'm going to do is grab the eraser tool and just ever so slightly just erase a little bit of it. There you go. Makes it a little bit better. I like it. Only thing that I would add to it, let me just give it a quick look. I think it looks pretty good. One thing I would do though is I'm going to add another selective tool. I'm going to add a gradient, and I'm just going to bring this super low. What I want to do is I actually want to underexpose this, and I'm going to bring out the highlights. I'm going to make the contrasty, and bring down the shadows, bring down the blacks. The whites can pop out, and pretty much what that does is it kind of introduces the I guess the subject, right? So from bottom to top, it goes from very dark to, all the way to, a perfectly exposed photo, to overexposed, which is at the very top. So normally I would add another gradient on the top, but I think it already has enough of the white sky that's blown out. So I think that looks good. So some people might like that, some people might not. So I'm actually going to lower this because it's a little bit too much. And I'm actually going to rotate it because I like those white shoes. So I think that looks good right there. Thank you, Callista, for sending me the picture. It was pretty cool to edit. It was very fun, and I'm just glad I could mess with it, so thank you. Those of you that want to send me pictures, just hit me up, let me know. You can send them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I guess. Email me, text me, just DM me on Instagram, whatever. Whatever works, right? So just send it to me. As long as it's a raw photo, I should be able to do a lot to it. So if it's not, if it's JPEG or under, I can't really do too much with it. But enough of me talking, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions on how I did something specifically, you can either just rewatch the video, or if you want something specifically answered, just let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, guys, without further ado, please comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.